public speaking is not my strong suit.
My
name is Mike Renio. I'm Vice Chairman of the 6th Congressional District. I also have a blog called SC6, which focuses basically on the 6th Congressional District in South Carolina and Florence. But obviously, for those of you who know me, the past 2 years now I've actually been in New York. So I really have not, I'll be honest with you, I apologize. As Vice Chairman, I have not been able to do my duties the way I planned. I had a lot bigger plans. What I plan on doing being out of state is very difficult. So somebody I'm sure will be succeeding me soon, because living in Florence County with the reorganization, I will now be in the 7th Congressional District, and we've got some ideas and some people who'd like to lead us into the next term. But we'll see how that all goes. Basically, I just want to kind of give you my story of, the 7 years I've spent in politics in South Carolina. I apologize if I'm a little tired here. I drove 11 hours from New York. I've been up since 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm about as alert as Rick Perry was on Thursdays debate. Thank you. It's my joke for the evening. But basically, March 2004, I walked into the Florence County Republican meeting, and I told Tommy Phillips that I wanted to run for Congress in the 6th Congressional District. Apparently, I lost my mind. I didn't. I knew that my congressman, who was Jim Clyburn, I felt we were being, we were being misrepresented in Florence or unrepresented in Florence. I basically wanted to try and do whatever I can on it. And basically, I did the best I could at that time, and then things go on. The one thing I can point to, at least, and living in Clarendon County, some of the old timers, hopefully I can take credit that Gary McLeod's not part of the ticket. Look at it a good way, bad way. I have a lot of respect for Gary. He had very good ideas. Just disagreed on that. But basically, I ran for Congress, and then after that, I ran for a county council seat. And after that, I said, I don't want to be running for office anymore. I'm not the right person for this job. So I had a blog, and the weird thing is, the blog has gotten me more credit and recognition, good and bad, than running for office twice ever did. But that's how things go on, basically. But just basically to tell you what went on with that, like I said, I made a lot of friends, and I basically want to just kind of acknowledge a few of them really quickly today. The first person, when I was in Florence that night, I hadn't even gone to a meeting in my life. I just said, I'm going to run for Congress. And that's what I did. And the first person who pulled me to the side was Tommy Grimes. Just basically saying, and I think the first thing he said to me was, well, in 2012, there's going to be a 7th Congressional District, so we may not be part of that. And I'm like, Tommy, that's 8 years from now. What do you know? That's Tommy, basically, in a nutshell. He was right on that, and he's been pretty much right on just about everything as far as seeing in the future. The guy's always 2 steps ahead of me and stuff. After that, I went to the recent reorganization of the 6th District, and next thing I knew, I went to the cover as a blogger, and the next thing I knew, I was the vice chairman. Because nobody else wanted the job, and they said, hey, this is what I should do. So basically, even though I haven't been here, Tom and I spoke on almost a weekly basis about things going on in the district. When I was here, basically we would go to as many counties as we could. I drove, because Tommy has never had a car that would go past the demolition derby. But
I've killed 4 cars in this.
So basically he's killed 4 cars. I ran over 3 or 4 rabbits in the course of our time. And he gave me the nickname Rochester because basically I was driving him around all over the place. Second person I went to this next meeting, and those of you who've been here know me all the time, we met over at the Compass Grow. And that's when I finally came up and I met, spoke with Gary, and Clarendon County just came and really acknowledged me and gave me a big hug, as much as Florence or any county, to be honest with you. And the second person I ran into was like, whatever you need, I'm the guy. I'll help you out. Just give me whatever you want. And people all over the county, that's more strength. Boyd's probably been my best friend as far as things in politics go, because he and I would have similar ideas. We would just discuss stuff out in length without getting too serious about stuff. But Boy is the hardest working guy I know in the party as far as getting things organized. For a county as small as Clarendon is, the people he gets and the things he's able to do, it's amazing. So I'm off of YouTube sometimes. I wish I was able to do stuff.
I appreciate it.
After I ran for Congress, I was going to run a second time, and they said, well, Mike, you had no idea what you were doing, basically. So, I said, yes, that's true. Help me, please. So I spoke to Kathy, at the Miami Times. And she said, there's this guy, his name's Earl Capps. You need to talk to him. He's brilliant. I said, okay. So I met again. I met at the Nexus of the University of Compass Grille Turtle. And I'm expecting, it says W. Earl Capps. I'm expecting this older fella, and next thing, this guy who looks like a reject from Fast Times at Ridgemont High comes walking into the restaurant. And I said, this is the guy. He's like, yes. All that aside, Earl's been there right and wrong. He's kicked me in the butt whenever I did something wrong and didn't listen to him. And sure enough, he was always right when I didn't do what he told me to, which is probably why I didn't do it. But Earl has this knowledge of everything that is unbelievable. I mean, he talks about stuff and I don't even know what he's talking about half the time. And it's true. And it's, granted, I mean, I love picking on Earl. Half of you probably seen my roast of him. Like I said, Earl, he dresses funny. He's had more wives than I've had socks. But that's why I was asking if she was coming tonight, because I didn't get up in the bed. But Earl is a great guy. He knows everything he's doing. That's basically the best thing I got out of being in office and running and being involved with the party for 7 years. Because really, this is kind of my swan song. I'm in New York. I've been at the same job for a year and a half, so apparently it's going to stick. And somebody will be replacing me and definitely do a better job than I had in as far as the 6th District Chairman, 7th District as it is. But that's basically the main thing I want to impart to you guys when being involved in the party. 2 things. You can make a lot of friends and a lot of relationships. And I mean, I know hundreds of people. Half of them I forget when I see them, and it's embarrassing sometimes on that. But the main important thing, the advice I can give you on this is, being in New York, I can tell you right now, it's a machine. You cannot walk into a county meeting and say, I want to run for this office, and everyone says, hey, great, knock yourself out, let's help you out. You can do that here. And basically, it's really, if you don't want to, it's no problem. The thing I can say on it, you can import your will to whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to be, that's my advice. Go for it and do whatever you can. Because some people it's just doing signs, making phone calls. Some people want to run for office. Some people are running campaigns. Whatever you want to do on it, just do your best on it. That's the beauty of South Carolina. Is like it says, our motto almost is we elect presidents. People pick on South Carolina sometimes, and being in New York, I'll tell you, it's a stupid something. They don't know what they're talking about. Because as far as picking presidents and candidates, we're as smart as they come. You go to Iowa and they basically make you talk about, voting for somebody when you just walk in the room, you didn't want to vote for them, and next thing you know, you're like, vote for this guy because you have to, it's a cause. I don't understand causes. I think it's the dumbest thing that came out of it. But, we pick the right guys. And I mean, just looking at the 2 senators we have, I think is a good example. We're a very conservative state, but we have Lindsey Graham, who is, willing to go to make compromises, get things done. And today, you might have read about them passing a bill on changing the Chinese yuan, because China basically plays with their currency to devalue everything, and that's killing jobs in this country. That's one of the things that we're trying to tell Barack Obama. You don't have to buy stuff or pay for stuff. There's other things you can do, like fixing currency, which will make us be more competitive and sell stuff, and there come the jobs without having to spend a single penny. Just fix what's broken. There's one of these to fix. The other one is one of my greatest stories. In 2004, I went to Orangeburg on Saturday morning to go see one of the Senate candidates. Drove 90 miles from Florence to Orangeburg. It's a big reception hall, bigger than this room, probably 100 seats. I walk in, 6 people show up, and one of them was the candidate. And I was sitting there, I'm running for Congress, and I was like, boy, I was hoping to make some contacts here. So you figure the whole thing is set up for 2 hours. 6 people, obviously, hey, the guy's going to go find somewhere else to do, go grab some lunch or whatever. He didn't. We all sat down at that one table, and he spent 2 hours speaking to the 6 people. And when I walked out of the room after that day, I said, that's my guy. I may not agree 100% with him, but if he's been spending 2 hours with me and 5 other people, he's got to be good. That guy's name is Jim Tooth. And that was when he was nobody. 3 months later, he was the Senate candidate. 6 months later, he was the senator. So it's beautiful. Whatever you want.